Yeah, that's the sound of a healthy man. Oh my God. Are we going to talk? We're not going to talk about Patty C cups at all. I have to wait till Sean gets back to talk about Patty C cups.
Oh, yeah.
If Sean ever gets back.
Yeah.
Do you know who Patty C cups is, Vito?
No, I don't.
He's the most prolific podcaster of our time. He.
Why do I assume that's a joke?
Well, it is a joke. It's only a joke if you think that podcasts have to be listenable.
Yeah.
At all.
Is he the guy you were freaking out about on Twitter?
Yeah.
Because he did something? Yeah.
To him.
I didn't know the deep lore, so I
FYI.
didn't listen.
He has a new podcast every week, as in an entirely new show. And they cover topics like, are you hungry? Where he talks about fast food meals with his guests, not with chefs or...
Yeah, wait, I think maybe I heard that.
Are you hungry? What's your go-to at Taco Bell?
Yeah, doesn't he ask about napkins and stuff like that?
Yeah. How many napkins do you like to grab?
I forget where I was listening. I know it was on Who Are These Podcasts?
Yes,
right?
it was.
Yeah.
He puts this urban patois on everything. Yo, how many napkins you dig when you're grubbing? He sounds like a bad market. He sounds like a bad advertisement every time he says anything. Yo.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. He did a whole episode of his show, The Briefcase.
Yeah.
Get it?
No, I don't get it.
He did a whole episode of his show, The Briefcase, where he just shits on me and Carl.
Oh,
for making
fun of them.
You try to give the guy some exposure. You try to do something nice and get the guy's material out to a bigger audience, and he just shits all over you for it.
Yeah, he's got to roll with the punches and take advantage of all this. Because who was listening to him before?
Nobody. Not even his wife, I assume.
Yeah.
Maybe he makes his kids listen to him.
You think he goes to his kids and he goes, "What's your go-to Taco Bell order?" They're like, "Dad, please.
Kids, how many napkins do you slam?
I need money for school books." He's like, "Well, the podcast is about to get profitable."
Oh, yeah. So he works on this podcasting setup where you no matter what, no matter how many listeners you have, you're making money while you're podcasting. That's the motto of this place, which I guess is maybe a couple cents. I don't know who's selling ads for this absolute garbage that this guy is engaged in.
Is he making money?
I don't know.
Something?
But you get other people to sign up, like Tupperware, and then they make money and you listen to each other's shows.
Oh, so he's trying to get other people to sign up and be podcasters. It's like a pyramid scheme kind of scenario.
Yeah. A lot of gay jokes, though. He spent the whole episode calling me and Carl gay.
Well, that's
during Pride Month.
I know. That's just underhanded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'll wait till Sean gets back to talk about it. It was funny.
He sounds like a colorful fellow.
Patty C cups?
Yeah. He wanted you for a whole episode?
Yeah, 17 whole minutes dedicated to us. And how we're...
that's an honor.
How we're worthless. How we don't matter. How he's going to quit podcasting because he doesn't even want to be associated with us.
Associated?
Yeah, he doesn't even want to be mentioned in the same sentence as a podcaster with us. So he's going to quit.
He's just going to go to his local fast food restaurants and go up to
Ask
people's
people
tables.
if they're hungry.
Do you like the ketchup here?
What's your go-to ketchup?
I'm a Heinzman.
You're a Heinzman?
A Heinzman. I don't like ketchup.
I don't believe you.
In very select situations, but for the most part.
All right, what are we doing here today? Do we have an actual show? Yes, we do. Let's do it. This is the last. Oh my God, that was loud. This is the last, as we know it, biggest problem in the universe reboot Sean Stravaganza episode. Here it is for you right now. Yeah! Welcome to Dick. You want it, you need it, you love it, you got it. It's the show. It's the contest coming to you live from Mountain Bunker, deep in the heart of the city of failure. Me, host Dick Masterson. At least half of them. Joining me for this last in our trilogy, our 3-part biggest problem in the universe reboot, Johnny the audio engineer.
Hey, what's going on, Dick?
What's up, buddy? Thank you for not killing yourself. Thank you, everyone, for listening for not killing yourself. Joining me to finish this reboot is Vito. Chiswaldi.
I'm excited. This is our Return of the Jedi here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The revenge of the Jedi.
Revenge.
Which one are
Jedi.
you? Are you the good guys or the bad guys?
Well, I would like to think I'm Luke Skywalker appearing with my
the bad
cool
guys.
green lightsaber. The bad guys.
We should do. Should we do the announcements? I don't have a drum roll like Maddox. I should have just stolen Maddox's drum roll. But here's the rankings from last week. The winner was Fat Brain.
Yeah.
That was me. Big win for
I saw that one took an early lead, and
it did.
I knew it was a runaway.
Yeah. Anything shitting on fat people usually.
I know. It feels like it's a little too easy, maybe.
Even with fat people, they will vote it up too. Like, fuck, I hate myself too. I'm gonna vote for that one.
Yes, I do.
Coming up next was the war on blackface.
All right. Well, I took a solid second there.
That was a little intellectual. That problem.
A little too high-reaching.
Yeah. Kid-friendly pride. That came in next. And then lack of bidets, which honestly should be number one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say, even though it came in last, I saw a lot of comments where people are like, you know what, right after the show, I went on Amazon and bought a bidet.
Good.
And I'm like, at least it changed some lives. That's all I care about.
I think it's the homophobia in this country that stops more bidets.
Somebody was saying that their dad was like really opposed to the bidet, like it was a gay thing. Like, oh, I'm not gonna let a thing blast water up my butt. What am I, a queer? And you're like, dude, like it's just
sit down. Why don't you have a seat? We need an opposite of, we need like a boomer, How to Catch a Boomer with Chris Hansen bringing idiots in like that. Why don't you have a seat?
Is it
Tell
better
me
to
about
be-
this ass blast. What are you talking about?
How is it better to be touching your butt with your finger with a piece of paper between it?
That's gay.
Yeah, that's way gayer if you think about it.
I have a machine between me and my asshole with a bidet.
Right, there's like
moving
space.
parts.
You're not groping around
gravity.
your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that should have placed higher, but there you go. We talked also about doing this on the reg, this biggest problem in the universe. What do you think about that?
I think if people like it, it's all up to the
By
audience.
like it, you mean shell out the big
Well,
bucks.
yeah, we gotta. I mean,
Vito's got to see a little taste.
I gotta
Classic Italian.
always
Vito's
try
got to see a little
extort people.
money or little boys. That's what.
Yeah. Send the children. No, I'd be down to do it. Like I said, but there's a little bit of preparation that goes into it, and
Oh, here we go.
you know,
You don't even print your stuff. You read it off a
I'm
phone.
gonna print it. I just didn't print it
about
this
preparation.
time.
Talk about preparation.
No.
You don't have paper in front of you.
Well, because I don't know how involved I should get. Because you sometimes just go off the cuff. I'm like ready.
That's
to
because
bring-
I memorize everything. I have dyslexia, so I have to memorize all my notes.
Yeah.
This is just for show. So you're fucking making fun of my disability that
I'm
I've
not
had since
making
I was a
fun of it.
child.
Look,
I
I'm
have to
just
memorize
saying,
all my comedy.
I'm prepared to bring like video clips and audio and whatever else, but then I'm like, I don't want to be the guy who's like overly prepared and I ruin the
What
whole
is this,
format.
like a,
You have
a
to be.
fucking mixed media?
I don't
What are you giving
know.
a TED talk?
I'm still, yeah, kind of. I'm figuring out
What
the
could be in
format.
a clip? Maddox used to bring in clips all the time. Like, what is this that I'm fucking...
Sometimes there's a relevant clip.
Yeah.
Look, the point is, yeah, I'd be down to do it.
The point is, if you're a Patreon, I was thinking about it, and we
Yeah.
could do a new Patreon for the biggest problem, right? But then anybody who subscribes to that, first of all, they might take money from me. I don't want that.
Yeah, don't unsubscribe.
Don't unsubscribe from Dick. No, the real reason is anybody who subscribes to that is going to not get bonus content on either of our Patreons.
Right.
That's my thinking. But you're saying, we were talking, if your Patreon goes above what?
Right now my Patreon's at about $1,000, so I was going to say if I get an extra 500 on there, if it goes to
1,500, then we'll do a monthly?
we'll do a monthly episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fair to me.
I think that's reasonable.
Patreon.com
if a certain
slash The
number
Vito
of your
Show,
audience
right?
wants to come over. Yeah, patreon.com/The Vito Show.
And then we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Then we'll do it. It'll be free to everyone. We're not going to paywall it. Why would we paywall this?
No, I don't want to
service
paywall it. I think it would be good.
that we're doing to society.
It gives us the incentive, or at least it gives me the incentive to put stuff
It's
together.
always about money.
Whatever,
Fucking
man.
always about money with this guy.
Fucking always.
I got a
Always.
bunch of stuff I got to work. I got to carve out a little piece of my schedule. I do a bunch of other shows that don't make me anything, so.
Oh, and that's the
That's your
audience's
fault.
problem
That's the
that you
audience's
waste your
fault.
time
I
on
do waste my
bullshit. That's
time.
everybody else's problem. They have to pay for it.
Whatever, man.
fucking to support your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Of arguing about pedophilia online. That's on everyone to pay for. We're subsidizing that shit.
Staying away from that argument.
Well, if you want us to reboot The Biggest Problem as a monthly installment, maybe I'd bet I could talk you into bi-monthly.
I would.
You're
I
a little
would consider
bi-curious.
it if the audience is again. If
Some
the audience
money,
likes
fucking
it,
more money.
No, but also, I'm worried that everyone's going to turn on me and go, Vito ruined my favorite thing.
You know what?
It's my favorite podcast back in the day, and the reboot's terrible.
Fuck those people.
Yeah,
80s Girl was saying, God, everyone. So we had a party last weekend.
Yeah.
And right after Vito left, she turns to me and she goes, oh, yeah, I got to talk to you about Vito. And she's like, everybody really loves him. He's like the light of the party. And she's like, she sounded like my mom. She's like, it's just so sad that everyone on the internet hates him so much. But everyone in real life loves him. I just don't understand it. And I said, well, honey, he's not arguing about who and who isn't a pedophile at the barbecue all weekend. That's part of it.
Yeah, I'm way more obnoxious. It's weird. Like on Twitter, I'm like kind of a different person, really.
Everyone on Twitter is a different person.
You're a different person. When you're typing things, it's like you're reaching into a different part of your brain.
Yeah, the evil part. Where I don't have to see the person I'm hurting. Right. This isn't me. This is Karl Marx wearing sunglasses saying this. Fuck, 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 fuck. I don't get banned from Twitter. Yeah. That guy did. Jerry Lewis did.
Everybody, like your family, you're like, I can't believe my uncle is such a horrible racist on Facebook. But then you talk to him in real life, it's like a whole different thing. So,
okay, well that's food for thought. Everyone, go to patreon.com/The Vito Show. And again, don't unsubscribe from my Patreon. That's the worst thing you can do. Additionally, subscribe.
Right.
This is for all the people who said I would pay more for this content. And I'm sure there's stuff at your Patreon they could also get.
Yeah,
right?
I put up stuff on there.
Like what? Like
a little like
wow me, something good, something really great, really blow my brain, my fucking balls off right now. Really, what do you got? That's so. Just tell me.
I'll post my videos ahead of time if you watch my YouTube stuff. I also post like the uncensored versions that have jokes.
Uncensored version full of the N-word.
Well, not exactly, but jokes that I'm worried YouTube would demonetize me for. Maybe we'll post my blackface video on there.
Do you want to tell people what your blackface video was?
Did you like the idea?
I want you to tell it.
All right, I'll tell it.
Is that an answer?
It's really stupid, but I was like,
oh.
No. I was like, all right, so people are so mad about blackface. So what if you made a video, right, where it's just you looking into a mirror, just silently applying blackface makeup with no commentary, right? You just upload it as like blackface.avi.
Okay.
And you leave it there for like a week. Everybody gets really mad. They're like, I can't believe YouTube sensation Vito would do blackface. We have to cancel this man. Yeah. And then like a week later, you reveal.
Disavows.
Yeah, exactly. Then a week later, you reveal you were putting on green makeup, which you then color keyed to brown. Does it really count? Does that really blackface?
Yes.
How though?
Because you were trying to make it look like you were doing blackface.
Saturation.
Digital blackface.
Digital blackface. You can't even use Oprah GIFs anymore, man.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use those.
You're definitely not allowed to fake blackface.
I don't know, man. I think there's something there.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what makes me rage this week before we get to our problems. Did you guys happen to see that sex doll that's in the other room?
Yeah,
Did you pass?
Yes.
Did you happen to see it? Did you take a good look at the sex doll?
I touched its weird rubbery skin.
The skin is a little off, right? The pigment's a little off too.
Yeah, it's a very pink woman.
It's a very pink woman.
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice that she's got the worst case of cerebral palsy in her fingers? My fucking friend brings over to our barbecue, which is the reason I say don't ever bring kids to my house ever, because I don't know what people are bringing. Brings over this sex doll from a production shoot, a real sex doll.
Yeah.
A real live sex doll. And first of all, she is fucking heavy as shit. Like throwing a drunk girl out of literally throwing. Like you think 125 pounds is no big deal? Like, oh, I could carry that. I mean, I weigh whatever. I lift myself every day. 125 pounds of sex doll it feels like you're lifting the earth. Like it feels like she's bolted in somewhere. I don't know how these perverts who have sex dolls.
Yeah.
I don't know if their legs are all built like Lance Armstrong or something from hauling their perversions around. But I almost broke my back every time I carried her. Some jackass put her in the studio in Johnny's spot. I had to lift her out of here. I was like, that's all I got for the day. Yeah. I got no more effort in me. Secondly, some asshole bent her fingers all up. Why the fingers? Like, and this is a $6,000 sex doll.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it?
Yes,
Did you
real
look up-
dolls are very expensive.
Yeah. Did you look up who? Do you know who made it? Like where
Real
they got
doll,
it?
that-
Is it actually a real doll?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's like the top of the line.
Top of the line.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's the
top
creme
of
de
the
la
line.
creme.
When you're done beating off with a little tube, silicone, you're done beating off with your hand or a
Yeah.
blowjob machine, and you want a woman who's got spikes coming out the bottom of her heel. She got fucking spike, like metal coming out the bottom. There's so many things about it that I would find a non-starter for
She
singular
does have that
eroticism.
heavy metal skeleton. She's like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some jackass went and bent her fingers into crippled Jesus's fucking learning how to play the
spasm
guitar,
hands, yeah.
right? Like all crabbed
Spastic.
and fucked. But they made the bars inside like pipe cleaners. Like you would think it
Yeah.
would be an articulated skeleton, like an action figure. Just give it a kung fu. I'm gonna stick my dick in it. That's what's gonna happen to the hands. Just start it like a
have it
He-Man
in
with the
that-
hole in
yeah.
it, right?
It's ready to hold the battle axe.
And put a lever on her back so I can jack myself off and watch her tits bounce. But instead, it's got these pipe cleaner fucking fingers.
Right.
It's got pipe cleaner fingers. And you know, pipe cleaner, once you bend it, is never going back straight.
Yeah.
Never. So some jackass came over, some cock blocker came into my house, not his sex doll, and bent the fucking fingers that are unfixable into these weird crab shapes. So I tried to put it back, and I'm like, well, I just gotta chop her fucking hands off. I can't fuck this sex doll the way it is. Like now, because now I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about the guy that did it. Every time I see the crab hands, I'm like, oh, I know exactly who fucking did that.
Just do some Islamic role play, like put her in a hijab and accuse her of stealing. And then
Stealing?
just chop that hand off.
That's a man's only crime.
That's true.
So that made me rage. If anybody knows how to fix the fucking hands on a sex doll,
Someone's making
Yeah.
it throw up gang signs.
There's
yeah,
gotta be.
you know what? I'm gonna just shape it into blood.
That's probably what he was doing. Yeah. He's trying to make the.
Did anyone make any money off this? Blood? This is one of the
Oh,
greatest inventions in human history. Did anyone make any money? Did they come up with blood before? Did some guy figured this out? It's a better invention than the wheel, and we don't know his story. There should be movies about this man.
For those who cannot see this, Dick is showing the bloods. You can use your fingers to form the word blood. Which
Yeah.
is so hard.
So I hold up 3 fingers, white supremacist. I'm fucking flashing a gang sign on the show. That's no big deal.
Yeah, that's fine. The bloods are cool.
Whoa, really?
Oh, black.
What are you?
lives matter, as we
Which side?
say.
Wait, aren't Bloods East Coast?
I thought they were on all coasts.
No. This is Crip.
This is Crip Town? C-Town?
Yeah, this is Crip Town.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you what else makes me rage. This is the last show. I'm going to kill myself.
Your
I
girlfriend's
sold my-
crippled fingers make her part of Crip Town, by the way.
I'll call her my girlfriend. I sold my AMC at $14.
Oh, I remember that too. I felt bad because I remembered our discussion where you're like, should I sell? And I went, yeah, I don't know, probably.
You know what it's at now, Johnny?
Nope.
$1 million.
Oh,
Share
Christ.
that short squeeze. The stocks. Are you familiar with stocks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It's worse. Not getting something, not getting money that you would have got
yeah.
is infinitely worse than losing money.
The
on
squeeze was
purpose.
real quick, though, because it shot to 35 and then right back down.
God damn it.
I sold a little too late. I think I only made
Don't-
like $1,000.
Oh, you make me actually okay. Here's the order of how bad things are. Money that you could have got.
Yeah.
Money that you didn't put enough money in,
Right.
and then money that you just lost,
Yeah.
burned, gambling. Like, well, that could have happened.
Yeah,
to
once you
anybody.
lose it, you're like, that's, it's the money that you had in the hand and you let it slip.
Yeah, it's you were right there, and then I just decided, well, let's see what it feels like to have paper hands today. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, it's happening. It's happening in real time. Everyone's all celebrating and being happy.
And you're not
They're gonna
part
tell
of it.
this story for years about the time they dragged the Grinch through town and the noose hung his body up on the tree. And where was I? Fucking went to the store. You guys killed the Grinch and pulled his stomach out and crippled his fingers.
And the worst
Couldn't
part
wait.
is, right now, you're like, well, what if it happens again? Maybe now. Yeah. How worse would it be if you missed it a second time?
Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm only collecting Pokemon's cards.
Oh, that's actually
And
probably
sex
wiser
dolls.
right now.
That's it. I'm going back to what I know.
You
Okay.
can't grade the Pokemon cards, though. That's the big problem.
What do you mean?
You know they have the trading card grading services where you send them
Yeah,
off and they give them a
PSA.
score?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're not accepting submissions because so many people are getting their cards graded right now.
What do you mean? There's a back like a
There's
registering
literally
a firearm.
There's a backlog of they're like we will not be grading any other cards for the next year.
Was it that hard to grade? Do they
They're
have
hiring
a fucking CSI team in there?
mean, people send them like 500 cards at a time. Like it takes, they got to go through them. They're hiring new graders, or they're trying to.
Oh man!
It's
good
this
work.
whole Pokemon scalping bonanza. Everybody's lost their mind. Same for sports cards and everything.
Yeah. Did you see that they're letting us in California have assault weapons again? Guns?
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that? What do you mean?
Federal court struck it down. Says
They said
that shit's unconstitutional. The federal court said, "Are you fucking kidding me? What are you talking about? Can't do. Shall not infringe.
Right.
Motherfucker." That's what they said. Shall not infringe, bitch.
What was the law on the books in California? Just complete.
You could
ban?
only buy dildos
Yeah.
at a gun store. You could only. Yeah, it was a ban. Complete ban.
For how long though?
Forever. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't have any kind
I've never tried to purchase an assault weapon in California, so I don't know.
Really? What
Yeah.
kind of weapons do you own then?
Typically,
self-defense weapons?
samurai swords, gun blades.
Do you have a samurai sword?
Ninja. I do. It's a ceremonial.
Oh,
it's
God.
not really bad. That's a joke.
What does that mean?
No, I have like a stupid
Do
prop
you have
samurai.
like a kimono that you dress in on the weekends, like Otho from Beetlejuice going
I
around?
practice the way of the blade. No, I have like a stupid prop samurai sword I bought for a short film like back in the day.
What short film?
I was actually a pilot.
And did you volunteer? Oh, guys, I'll buy the samurai sword. Do you samurai sword? Don't worry, I'm right on top of it. Like,
I was the
really
producer.
needed. I got it.
I bought all the props.
Put half of our budget into the fucking samurai sword. So look, it's gonna look great.
This
the
is an
fucking
ancient
samurai sword.
Murasami
Shooting it just to
blade.
get the samurai
I'm pretty
sword.
sure
Yeah.
it's enchanted by the thunder god Raiden. And I've been practicing with it for months to make sure it's good to be used on film.
You know what else annoys me about the sex doll?
It's made of like plastic. It's not a real. Yeah, what?
The tits they could be like this is a
Larger?
sex doll. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be like anime size.
Well, you gotta.
Tits.
That's why normally.
If I'm carrying around fucking 120-pound metal exoskeleton, I would like tits that are bigger than my head.
Talk about looking.
Which is significant.
Looking a gift horse in the tits. Look, man, when you get a free one, you don't get to pick all the assets. Next time, when you get to customize normally. They have ones.
I'm gonna start collecting sex dolls now.
Yeah, why
I gotta
not?
have one. First of all, I need one with new hands. It doesn't look like somebody smashed the fucking piano key guard on them while in their middle they're playing. All right. Should we do our problems?
Sure.
Okay, I won last time.
So you go first.
So I go first. My problem is disinformation. Quote, disinformation or misinformation. Because we're rapidly. So the Finucci emails leaked. Did you see those?
They didn't leak. It was a Freedom of
That's a
Information
leak.
Act.
The government,
That's not a
the
leak.
government leaked that shit. The government doesn't want you to read that. Somebody
Yeah.
filed some kind of a secret form.
Yeah, by law, they have to give you that.
They made a
But
wish.
sure, call it a leak because it sounds salacious.
You know what I love about them? Like every single email was like, "Can you take care of this? Can you take care of this? Can you take care of this?" Like I'm pretty sure like an autoresponder could do this guy's job.
Right.
So we find that the lab leak is true. The lab leak turned out to be plausible. Right? Maybe it was made in a lab.
Oh, shit.
The mask shit.
Well, this YouTube
he
video
says
just got
in his own
demonetized.
words, well, the mask doesn't. The masks don't work for keeping you safe, so don't bother with them. Did you see that email?
He was saying that, like privately to like a friend or something.
Yeah. She says, "Should I wear a mask?" He goes, "Nah, that's retarded. They don't work. They don't keep you
Was
from
that
getting sick when you're an
before or
idiot."
after though? Was that like early on? Because early on they said.
What's changed?
No, well, early on they didn't know whether or not masks were effective, and then they decided later.
Oh yeah, they did. They are not.
I don't know.
My problem with it is we're rapidly approaching a technological cybernetic singularity wherein the government and big tech are indistinguishable from one another.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis, they're both pursuing the same goals, which is maximizing profit. If you think the government is anything but an extension of corporations' desire to maximize profit, you're an idiot. idiot. Go to another country and sell that shit there. Disinformation was created by the Soviets and Americans to actively delude the public. And now they're pissed. Now that they're calling it is people not believing what the government says. Like, I don't know if you guys are shooting me straight this time. They're like, well, this guy's spreading disinformation over here. Like, what's disinformation? Well, we invented it when we lied
to you for decades. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I find a little too on the nose. The label has become simply a way to write off what is inconvenient or any kind of debate about anything. It establishes disinformation, establishes the idea that there is information, which is not true. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is what annoys me about it. That's my problem, Vito.
It is the lab thing, because I was always like, well, how do you know it's not from a lab? You don't know. Why don't you just say you don't know? Also, why does it matter if people... I didn't understand why Twitter and Facebook were mad about people saying that. Why? Because it makes China look bad? Yeah, China's bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
They always do bad stuff.
So accusing them of bad things, just be like, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, they're awful.
What I have some examples of disinformation here. White supremacy is the biggest threat facing America today.
Do they say that?
Oh,
some people say that.
It's people who are determining what is not disinformation.
I love all the times where they're like, Asian hate, we got to stop Asian hate. You're like, oh, who's hating the Asians? I haven't heard about this.
Well, and then, I don't know.
You're like, wait, do you have a video of an Asian person being assaulted? Yeah, but don't watch that one. Why not? Who's in it? Don't worry about it.
Don't wear a mask. Yeah. 1 in 5 Americans say they primarily got their political news from social media in 2020, according to Pew Research Center. And they're also pretending that this is something new. You remember when we were kids, I believed that after you beat Mike Tyson in Nintendo's Punch-Out, you would have to fight a shadow version of yourself or a robot. Of some sort. Disinformation has been around forever. It's just now convenient to stop it when the narrative is something obviously political, like, well, I don't want to I don't think I should get a vaccine. I'm not worried about these things, so I'm just going to keep living my life.
Yeah. I got the vaccine, but I understand why people don't get it.
Why?
I mean, look at like DDT and all the other stuff. The government's like, yeah, we got this figured out. And then your
you
kid
mean all
gets,
the disinformation that the government was telling?
Right, exactly.
It's just perfectly safe.
Then your kid gets born with sex doll fingers. It's a horrible nightmare.
I'm going to send the sex doll back and say the fingers were all busted.
Send it back to the guy who gave it to you?
Just send floppy. Just put nothing in the fingers.
No, because you want to wrap them around something. That's why they're posable. Yeah.
But it's silly putty with pipe cleaners in it. How are you going to jack off with that?
Some guys, that's what they want. I don't know. She's got a working mouth, though, right?
The Soviets spread. Unfortunately, yes.
Or the teeth are rubber, too, though.
So, and the nails are hard.
The nails are hard?
The fingernails are hard.
Weird.
So it's like this goo. It looks like somebody put a Lee press-on nail into Silly Putty.
Yeah.
I don't know. The hands are all...
You're making a lot of sacrifices when you commit to the sex doll lifestyle.
Hands are hard. The Soviet Union spread the disinformation, this is in the start of the disinformation age, that the U.S. invented AIDS.
Disinformation? That's not a matter of fact.
Right?
Yeah.
Who is this hurting? Like, whose life is significantly impaired because they think that the U.S. invented AIDS? And I guarantee you that's not the dumbest thing they think. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The U.S. did not actively, when a fake document reported that the U.S. supported apartheid. Oh no. Oh, wow. Let's see. There's a bunch of shit on Trump.
Yeah, this all sounds like cute, this disinformation, compared to what people believe now.
Which is, I don't even know, what is so bad people believe now?
I don't know, man.
Healthy at any size. That's it.
Yeah.
That's disinformation. How come they're not getting busted? How come Cosmo puts a whale on the cover of their magazine and no one's Facebook doesn't delete them?
Food for thought.
Food for thought.
Too much food for thought.
I have more stats here, but I don't really care about them. Oh, yeah, here we go. Future healthy information environment. This is an expert on disinformation. Probably doesn't involve Facebook or Twitter at all, at least in anything close to their current forms. It involves a completely redesigned internet. What is this person's name? Ryan Milner? Phillips? I don't know. Some lady that is an expert on this. My guess is that it will take us 50 years to clean up, she says.
All the disinformation.
All the disinformation. You know, like 50 years ago, it would be so easy to predict where we would be right now in the year 1971. It's going to take about 50 years to... people lying online and just bullshitting. That's going to take us about 50 years to clean up. Open your checkbooks. It's a big money grab.
We'll also all have rocket pants by then.
It's a big money grab by big tech and the government, which are the same entity as they have always been and continue to be so. It's a big problem.
They benefit.
Yeah, it's the elimination of freedom of free speech forever. If they can call something
disinformation and get it deleted.
Hate speech worked, so they invented a new category called disinformation.
Yeah.
Now, big tech.
What else is like Facebook and Twitter banned? You talk. Well, I know you can't on YouTube. You can't talk about 9/11 conspiracies. You can't talk about any false flag type
thank God.
Shooting, whatever.
Stop that disinformation from getting out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's retarded. All of the things they're stopping are retarded things for retarded people.
Well, I'm just worried that at some point there is going to be like a plausible governmental conspiracy, and they'll go, no.
Wait a minute. They're all Pizzagate was thrown around in my research.
Yeah.
Pizzagate was thrown around. I'm like, wait a minute, but there are a bunch of pedophiles in the government.
Sure.
They're always getting caught. They're always doing bad shit. Oh, like the Pizzagate conspiracy. Not a fucking, I mean, in the details, it's a insane conspiracy, but the point is valid. You're all a bunch of pedophiles and whoremongers and warhogs. That's what we're asking. Where is that? Like, we get one little morsel. Oh, pizza. All right. Let's see more about this. Well, Podesta's got a bunch of very creepy pedophile artwork all over his house. I'd sure like to know more about that. That's a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. I can fucking see it.
Some of that stuff, yeah, totally. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know how they differentiate like what you're allowed to talk about or not.
Whatever's not advertiser friendly. We're just getting fed a steady stream of advertiser friendly bullshit all day, every day, and questioning it. You know, people were on board with saying, well, you can't say the N-word, you can't be racist, that's hate speech. Like, okay, all right. I agree. But now
we should have never ceded that line because it's just gotten worse and worse.
But now it's,
I don't even want to say that, but the other stuff they don't want me to say, I'm like, oh, come on, you can't take that word away now. That's one of the best ones. I can't even say it. YouTube will get mad.
Anyway, that's my problem. The quote.
Disinformation.
Hate speech, part 2. There you go.
It's coming to get you.
Now, when everybody lives in their pod, when everybody lives in their shared workspace, live space pod, and you get busted for asking, like, well, I don't want to wear 3 masks. That's disinformation. Get that guy out of here. That's revoking in the terms of service. Get out of here.
Is it safe to eat this bug paste every day? Get out of here.
That's disinformation.
Shut him down.
I don't know. It looks kind of gross.
That's disinformation.
It does not look gross. That's disinformation.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should do my problem. Following up on the China stuff. I mean, talking about the labs and whatever else. China's always always trying to control the conversation.
They're really fucking around.
Yeah, they really are.
Fucking around.
And what drives me nuts, though, is the people who capitulate to them, because my problem is these sniveling apologies to China.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you saw that Mr. John Cena, beloved wrestler and up-and-coming actor, was very excited to be talking.
He's come.
Oh, yeah, he's here now.
He
kind of took like a break and
arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I felt like there was a while where he wasn't really in anything. Maybe I'm crazy.
Was he the Marine in that movie?
I think he was, yeah.
God, that movie really, what a fuck. Okay.
Point is, he was promoting Fast and the Furious 9, or F9, as they will be calling it.
Oh.
And he was doing an interview with a Taiwanese broadcaster.
Yeah.
And here's what he said. This is the most horrible thing that anyone has ever said. Taiwan is the first country that can watch the film.
Uh-oh.
Now, do you spot
the C word?
Do you spot the issue with that
disinformation.
statement?
That's disinformation. He's
Disinformation
about Taiwan being a country.
China, of course, exploded. Not only the Chinese government got mad, but all their little citizens. How dare you call Taiwan a country? What is
How did
wrong
they
with
sound
you?
when they were getting upset?
I would imitate it, but I think I would get in
no
trouble.
idea.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
can't
Chinese people
picture
get
it.
angry. And of course, does John Cena make any sort of, hey man,
He's a rich millionaire. Why
Yeah.
doesn't he should stand up for what's
shouldn't
right?
he stand up and go, well, they feel that they're a country and I want to respect that? No, he says, I have made a mistake. I have one thing which is very, very important that I must say. I love and respect China and Chinese people. Well, thank you, Mr. John Cena. This has been a problem.
Such a weird apology.
It's such a point.
I love Chinese people.
I love Chinese
it's like Trump's.
people.
I love Hispanics.
And it's like, well, yeah, okay. What does that have to do? You can't love Chinese people when you say Taiwan's a country. I don't understand this. And this is just a long list of people who China just throws their stupid weight around.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because, I don't know, I guess we want their money.
Fast and Furious is bigger than every other property there. It's bigger than Star Wars.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
bigger than Marvel.
I'm sure that whoever's whatever in charge of that movie is like, get on your fucking hands and knees because we need Fast and the Furious to come out there.
That's fun. Would you do that?
Get on
If
your
you were
hands
John
and knees.
Cena, would you suck China's cock for, like, what would it take for you to say something like that?
To make
I'm
that
genuinely-
apology?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm getting paid X billions of dollars.
But you're already rich.
Yeah.
Like, how much more money do you need for everybody? Like, the thing that bugs me about Cena specifically is his target demographic of stupid Midwestern hillbillies who like wrestling. Their lives have been permanently and irrevocably destroyed for generations, specifically by China. For sending all of their jobs, all of their manufacturing jobs overseas. To see the one, like, that's your demo that you're shitting on, and maybe they're too dumb to understand it. Like, but they should be pissed. It's just shitting right in your own. Like, what do you think he really wants to be adored by China?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I don't know, man. I almost don't blame him as much as I blame the companies behind him. It's almost like he's in a position where they're like, we will completely sabotage you and your career. I'm sure they had the "you will never work in this town again" discussion with him. So for me, it's more about the companies that are forcing people into this position. And I actually have a list here of all these companies that just apologize to China, just groveling because they're desperate for these Chinese dollars. Dior, a luxury goods company, they gave a presentation in China that showed a map of China that did not include Taiwan on the map as a part of China. Big apology from them. Of course, the NBA, Houston Rockets general manager.
Houston
Houston Rockers.
Granny ball.
Daryl Morey, he tweeted out, I support Hong Kong, whatever else. Refused to apologize for the tweet. They ended up suspending NBA games for a full year in China. You could not televise them. And he didn't apologize, but you know who apologizes on his behalf is, of course, the great
James.
LeBron James, who, what did LeBron have to say? We all talk about freedom of speech, says LeBron James.
Oh, okay. Oh, are we all in on that conversation, LeBron, you shithead?
But at times, there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. See, the evil Daryl Morey was only thinking about himself when he said he had solidarity for the Hong Kong protesters fighting for democracy. I don't want to get in a feud with Daryl Morey, he continues, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand. And he hurt people not only financially, but emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Well,
physically.
Thank you.
Who did he hurt physically?
LeBron James. So these companies just, look, you're desperate pandering to China to just, you want their dollars. And I don't know, like, I know you're a corporation and I know you're soulless, but this is like the height of soullessness to just be like, shamefully getting on your hands and knees and yes, sucking their Chinese cock, their tiny pee-pee.
Tiny Chiny.
Tiny Chiny. You know, Blizzard.
What's the deal with Taiwan anyway? What is so great about Taiwan that they?
Well, Taiwan is exiles from. You know, China used to have whatever their government used to be. It was more of a dictatorship before the Jesus Christ. Before the you're not supposed to. That was a whole other thing. Before the communists took over. So the previous government all fled to Taiwan.
Oh.
So that's why the communists
they hate
them, because they're all the remnants of what used to rule China, but have now evolved past that and formed into a legitimate democracy.
We got to pick
which
up,
China hates even more.
We pick up Jerusalem, drop it in Taiwan. Let's get all of these and move all the oil to Taiwan. Let's have one big showdown to end it all. So your problem is what? Kowtowing to China?
My problem is apologizing to China. Both celebrities and corporations.
Yeah.
Just knock it off.
I think it's worse the celebrities that do it though, because they're already so rich.
Yeah.
Like, why do you?
They don't really.
Man, you're personally co-signing concentration camps. Like that's your brand now.
Yeah.
And people are too stupid, or they don't really care. Like they'll follow the pleasure of the art wherever it goes. But just you as a man. You are co-signing concentration camps. Just sit with that.
I just wish you could just be like, you say your thing about Taiwan, and maybe I don't know, you don't like that you said it, but you said it. Just don't. Why's he got to apologize?
Yeah.
Why can't he just go? Listen, they think of themselves as a country, and who am I to tell them they're wrong? But the Chinese, they'll always get their way, I guess.
They're really amped up about it too. The Chinese
it's
people.
very weird.
Like
Even the citizens,
is super pro. He was like anti-Hong Kong protests. It's like, what the fuck is your... And then...
Because the propaganda in their country is just hyper-nationalistic, where they're like, China's number one. Anyone who disagrees with us on anything is racist and evil. And we are going to destroy the Taiwanese.
And then I also saw Jackie Chan do this thing that rich people do that I fucking hate when they do it. When they're like, well, I'm not going to give my kids any of my money. Because if they can't make money on their own,
they're useless.
Then they don't deserve it. It's like, you motherfucker, like you lucked out into this. Do you realize that? Like, do you understand economically how fucked your kids are compared to you? Secondly, you're not like, you didn't earn. You're just like a jackass who made a bunch of jackass movies and stumbled into this. What is your deal? Like, what is everyone's deal with wanting to play God? Anyway.
Yeah, like, why does denying your kids that? Like, I think they always assume, oh, well, then they'll work harder or whatever else.
Yeah.
It's this classic mentality.
Maybe they'll just kill you.
Yeah, well.
Accident happened to Dad. Oh, well. Didn't have time to sign that stupid will.
There's guys who have, there's a lot of guys who have that belief that, like, oh, the only the virtue in life is to work hard. And it's like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of guys who just sit on their stocks and get rich doing nothing, and nobody really
don't remind me.
Has any. Yeah,
those guys.
A lot of guys just bought AMC and just sat on it. They're not working too hard.
I wish I was
just working smart.
Okay, here's my problem. My next problem: women banging psychopaths.
Yeah, like the kind of guys who have a doll in their room that. Like that kind of person?
Oh, they're psychopaths. Not me. Oh, okay. I realize this is a hypocritical problem.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I need an actual thing to pull up here. A stats for you, Vito.
Stats. That's what it's all about.
It's really hard to describe how exhilarating and fun it was talking about rebooting The Biggest Problem with you after 7 years. No, wait. When did we first start that? In 2012? Yeah. It's been 8 years since Maddox and I started talking about it. 7 years since we started doing it. 5 years since it was over.
And has it really been 5 years since?
Yeah, this is the 5th year anniversary of this show.
Yeah, because you were really excited, like texting me. You're like, this is great.
Because so much stuff that we could have done with that show just didn't get done because Maddox is such a fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited.
You're only partially a fuck.
Yeah, I'm like partially. Don't worry, I'll screw it up somehow, and then you'll have a whole nother 5 years to complain about. I'm already figuring out ways to sue you.
To stab me in the back?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to put tits on my back so you don't know if
he called me fat, and that is salacious because my body type is, you got to be proud of who you are.
All right, let me load this
Like Tess Holliday, who has bulimia.
Anorexia.
What does she have? Anorexia?
Yeah, she's still fighting it.
Does she like used to have anorexia? Because how does she have anorexia now?
Look, those types of questions are disinformation. All you need to know is that she has a very skinny girl's disease.
Right.
And if you think that's funny, then there's something wrong with you because it's not funny.
Exactly.
Anything of any size can have anorexia. It's actually informative. You're laughing out of ignorance. If you think it's funny that a woman who's 700 pounds
has anorexia
and bleeds pancake syrup has anorexia, that's just, you're showing your ignorance by laughing at that.
No, I'm laughing at something else.
You're laughing at your own dealings with anorexia, I assume.
Thinking about all of the troubles I've been through.
with a straight face. Oh man, my fucking anorexia is acting up today on the
do you think you would mention
cover
it?
of National Geographic.
Do you think you'd bring it up, but maybe that's her brand, I guess.
Attention seeking.
Yeah. Feel bad for me.
Well, she probably was laying on the floor because she can't fit in bed, and it struck her as
laying in the barn she owns.
She was laying in the barn, and she goes, "Oh my God, I've got it!" Like whatever album sales are dipping, and she goes, "Oh my God, I got it. I'm going to say I have anorexia." She's like all high, right? And her friends are like, "No, you can't." She goes,
People aren't going to believe that.
No fat bitch has ever said that they've had anorexia before. You don't understand. I'll be the first. Well, people aren't going to believe that. Okay. One study says that 39% of hospitalized male psychopaths had consensual sex with female mental health staff.
I believe that.
You believe that?
I absolutely.
Because you know women.
I know women and I know
their promiscuity.
Psychopaths. Yeah.
See, we build this society. We make these laws and these institutions of learning.
Yeah.
And the economy. And these things, but it doesn't matter because women will keep banging psychopaths.
Right.
And cranking out. So what are we running against here?
Well, if they keep doing it, they'll fix them, right? Isn't that the goal?
Well, it hasn't worked.
They're working on it.
How do you stop this? They're cranking out new psychopaths left and right, banging psychopaths. You know that 40% of cops are psychopaths?
Really?
It wouldn't surprise you.
No,
women are banging them. How about that?
Yeah, making a whole new generation of cops.
We spend all this time wondering about China and disinformation, and we have this conversation about free speech with LeBron James, but all the time we're doing this, women are behind our backs banging psychopaths, perpetuating a cycle of psychopathy that goes through the generation, just ruining any chance of anything. Anything bad, anything bad that happens, there's a psychopath there behind it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perpetrating evil.
Do we need some sort of
and some woman has banged him.
Eugenics solution, perhaps?
I don't know what that word means, but that's my problem.
Yeah.
If we could just for a day, ladies, not me, other psychopaths, don't bang any of them. Ones that are criminally insane, don't bang them. Is that so hard to ask? There's got to be a guy that's not in a mental institution that's not an Arkham Asylum that you could bang today.
It's all these fucking crime shows, man.
All these crime shows. They're getting women all jizzed up in their brains about fucking psychopaths. Getting all turned horny about murders.
Yep.
Well, that was like Ted.
That's a good point.
What's the murder? Was it Ted Bundy, the guy who
the serial killer?
Yeah, but all these girls were sending him love letters.
They were loving him.
Yeah.
Sending him discounts on their OnlyFans. Proposing marriage to him.
And that guy, what do you call it? That guy who killed his kids and his wife and he put them in the oil
OJ
refinery? No, more recently. But he's been getting a lot of love letters, like a recent guy who got put away. Stephen Watts?
I mean, how?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to? What do we do all this for? All this stuff that we made, all these institutions that I was talking about. Women are just going to go.
That's
around
why the law
banging
exists, just to
psychopaths.
prevent us from getting laid, because they know if we murder people, it just makes us more attractive.
Yeah. Exactly.
The man's just trying to hold us down.
Oh, I see why murder's illegal, because you get all the pussy you want. You can go to a fucking mental institution and still bang. There are virgins listening in a contest, listening to this show, that have less of a chance of getting laid than a psychopath in a mental hospital.
Whereas if you went out and you just slashed a couple women up, you'd be drowning in pussy.
Yeah.
gym membership too.
Look, vote for that problem if you hate women. That's
No, that's cheating because then everyone's going to vote for it.
and this determines who wins the trilogy.
No, that's cheating. Because then you can declare that on anyone and you automatically win. Because the whole audience
I did it
hates
first,
women.
like Tess Holiday.
Oh, that's
okay, go ahead.
bullshit.
Your turn for your problem.
Oh, God. All right. Here's my problem. I just watched a movie yesterday. Do you know what movie I watched?
Cuties?
Yeah, exactly. 10 times in a row. I watched Cruella.
Oh, God.
The edgy Disney reboot of the Dalmatians franchise.
Yeah.
About a young fashion artist who learns to, take charge and also learn to kill dogs.
Kill puppies.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So my problem is the edgy reboot.
Oh, edgy reboots.
Edgy
All right.
reboots. Now, look, sometimes this works. I think Joker, it's not necessarily a reboot, but Joker was already...
I don't even think it's a comic book movie. I think they made a movie and then stuck a bunch of like Batman shit on it. Like, this will
just to get it
pay
along.
for
It was kind of a trick to make their own Taxi Driver. And they're
Yeah.
like, we'll just say it's Joker. It doesn't really matter.
Like at the end of Taxi Driver, he drove Bruce Wayne to where he got, or like whatever, to that theater. It was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Batman Taxi Driver. Wow.
But I think because Joker happened and it made money, now these studios are starting to go, oh, we need dark. We need to darkify our movies and do that sort of thing. So we get Cruella,
Go dark.
the origin
Going
of
dark.
a dog murderer. The new G.I. Joe is going to be just everybody chopping each other's head off or whatever else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't
looks pretty
Transformers kind
extreme.
of dark?
Well, that's the thing. They've
What was
always
the first one? I'm like, oh, this is a little fucking okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All I came for was the wop 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 sound.
yeah, they've taken a lot of the fun out of this stuff. Like Man of Steel, remember he snapped Zod's neck at the end? You're like, can't you just zap him into the Phantom Zone with a stupid laser gun and have fun like a regular Superman movie?
Yeah, like Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of like Marvel.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It campy and stupid.
But, the DC fans, they want it dark. But I think where it's gotten worse is in TV. Are you aware of the show Riverdale?
Is it the Archie?
The Archie teen
dark
drama,
Archie?
the dark Archie.
Oh, man.
Now, I've never watched Riverdale, but I real quick went
Veronica
through.
gets raped.
Yeah, kind of. There's.
Really?
Well, not exactly. I wrote down some of the plot points. Archie is fucking Miss Grundy. Remember the old lady?
Okay, that's enough. That's
Jughead.
enough plot points.
Jughead joins a gang after his father gets framed for murder.
Is it a white supremacy gang?
Something like that. Betty helps bury a body while Archie's dad gets shot at Pop's malt shop. Seems unnecessary, right? Like, isn't this a little too much? But you know what the worst one is, Dick?
What's the worst
And I
one?
know you've seen this, and I know you've heard about this.
What is it?
The planned Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Oh, I saw a little bit about that.
Yeah. Now, Powerpuff Girls, if you might remember, was a show
Sugar,
that was about
spice, and ingredient
Yes.
X or something.
It was about adorable 6-year-old crime-fighting superheroes who were created, from a scientific concoction. Went on fun, colorful adventures. It was a franchise for children. The Powerpuff Girls reboot features the lead character Blossom killing Mojo Jojo, the adorable monkey villain from the original. It also the Powerpuff Girls cartoon exists.
Is it a computer CG? Like she's killing a
They've made him into
monkey?
a human this time around.
Oh, that's not appropriate at all.
I guess they didn't want to spend money on making it a monkey. They're just like, she just kills a guy. Isn't it great that the 6-year-old killed a guy? Also, in their universe, the Powerpuff Girls cartoon exists, like the cartoon we
I
have.
hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate that shit.
But here's what makes it the worst is that, what do you call it? Buttercup in the reboot is a black girl.
Oh, that's horrible.
And in the
Vito, you're right. That's the worst part.
No. But in the cartoon, she's still white.
Based.
So they're saying, and then at some point,
they're saying they whitewashed
in the script,
her?
she says specifically that cartoon whitewashed me. So in the Powerpuff Girls live action universe, the Powerpuff show that you know and maybe
racist?
love is racist.
Yeah.
In that universe.
Okay.
And then real quick, I have just a
Isn't there
little
like a bunch
piece
of
the
like
script.
it's really like crass
Yeah.
lesbian humor?
Well, I have a couple things. Let's see. So Bubbles.
The best kind of humor.
They're joking about Bubbles having a sex tape. At one point, they say, "Wake up, or we're going to leak your nudes." This is great that these formerly 6-year-old characters are talking about this. And then the weirdest part is Blossom goes upstairs to check on Buttercup, who she finds in bed with her lesbian lover. And then she says, "Oh, don't worry, we're just finishing up. Aren't we finishing up?" And then the lesbian lover says, "Yeah, I think 6 orgasms is enough for one day."
Yeah.
Isn't it great that
That's typical lesbian sex. They don't know when it's over because there's no guy there to come.
Isn't it great that a children's cartoon has been edified where we now get to learn that our favorite 6-year-old crime-fighting superheroes have grown up and are having multiple orgasms, making sex tapes, and murdering people?
Who is this for? Did you get the whole script?
Yeah, I have the whole script, actually. Somebody sent it to me.
I like the Powerpuff
I wanted to do
Girls.
a dramatic reading if we can get a bunch of people. That would be fun.
That would be good.
But yeah, it's unnecessary. Leave French. As I've said, you want to do like a reimagining of something, you can just make like your own franchise. Like you look at like The Boys or like Invincible. It's like, you can just like, you don't have to use Superman. You don't have to use the Powerpuff Girls. Just make your own
like
version.
an analog of them.
Yeah, and it's much more interesting and. I mean, but it's, again, just cynical marketing like, oh, well, we want to sell Powerpuff Girls merchandise. Oh, people know their names so we can sell pop figures more easily. It's like, dude, no, just be like a little tiny bit creative. Make it like angry lesbian teen girl squad.
So sexual about everything.
Right.
Fuck. Like Greg the Bunny had a little bit of sex in it. It was funny.
Yeah.
Even that Happy Time murder. This is a little too much sex for my taste, and I like puppets. You know what I mean?
Listening to a bunch of, I don't know, former girl superheroes talk about, my sex tape, my vagina, I just fucked my girlfriend. Like, yeah, all right.
Got it.
You're on the edge. You're living on the edge. I murdered a monkey and now I fuck ladies. Like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
cool.
okay. Well,
good work.
You got anything else going on there?
Yeah. So the edgy reboot.
They're taking our edge.
Yeah.
That's our culture.
Well, it's not
They're
even
appropriating
edgy.
our
It's just
edgy
stupid.
culture.
Yeah. Edgy. I mean, I guess that word never really meant anything, but there was always like.
It means too far. Like, you took it too far.
Well, you think of like Batman the Dark Knight. You remember that comic when Frank Miller was like, what if Batman was kind of a badass and whatever else? You're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool and like an independent artist making a whole thing. Kind of set up the template for, today's modern edgy Batman or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's cool when it's coming from a place of like
a man.
Honesty. Yeah, well, it's cool when a man's doing it. Yeah. To be fair, the Powerpuff Girls reboot was written by a woman, and I'm pretty sure Cruella was also written by a woman. Actually, Riverdale's probably written by a bunch of women because I can't imagine any man giving a shit about Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you reboot the Powerpuff Girls?
Either A, I would not call it the Powerpuff Girls as I discussed, or B, you can't do it as if you want to do it as live action. It's got to be like colorful fun. You can't talk about them having sex and murdering people. It doesn't work.
It's weird. It's like when you see those ads like on porn sites and it's like The Simpsons fucking. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Like the Simpsons are already my brain. Don't go in my brain all the way back to when I was 10 years old and make it sexual. It annoys me. I know why you're doing it, and it's making me upset.
It's just really baffling because you're like, okay, why did people like the original? And it's like, oh, because it was like fun and colorful and, kind of funny or whatever else. It's like, okay, well, let's do zero of that.
Let's do the opposite.
Yeah, let's do the exact opposite. And you're like, well, then who is it for? People who didn't like the Powerpuff Girls and are now like, yeah, now it's like not anything like what other people. I don't know who it's for. It's very confusing.
I feel like most movies are written for the people writing them.
Luckily, they have apparently tossed out this script. I think they actually finished filming a pilot, and they're like, "This is unwatchable," and they're going to try again.
Well,
so
those are the problems
going around.
What do we have? Quote disinformation.
Vote for mine if you hate women. By the way, women writers, because they're just because they're terrible, and mine actually makes more sense. Are we going to end all our problems with that? I think we're going to end all our problems with that.
No, just once. That's that one.
Once.
Mine was.
That's bullshit.
Mine was appropriate to the context and the plot.
Mm-hmm. I think mine was appropriate.
Okay, disinformation. That's mine.
Yes. Apologizing to China.
The idea that the government controls all of. Oh, what is yours?
Apologizing to China.
Oh, that's what it's called. All right.
Well, I'm trying.
Not very snappy.
Hold on.
Think about it. Something about apologizing.
Well, China. Chinese apologize.
Chinese apologies.
Yeah.
Chinese.
Well,
You have to apologize in Chinese?
Aporogies, probably. That's better.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Oh, Chinese apologies. So
I
powerful.
don't know. That's not funny.
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's too far.
This is how you get canceled. That's what they got Shane
That's
Gillis
edgy
on.
Powerpuff Girls for you.
Yeah,
That's what they got
edgy.
Shane Gillis on, that guy who got that SNL
He did a voice?
job. Yeah, they got from his podcast, he went, you ever go to like an Asian place and you're like, oh, tasty neuterer.
That's it?
No, yeah, he was like, my girlfriend would order and she's like, oh, I want a neuterer. And he would be like, no, you can't say that here. Was his like exact quote, was him doing his girlfriend saying it.
Existing in the normal world was such a stupid waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? I cannot
impossible.
imagine stopping and not saying shit like that every day, all day. It's such a goddamn waste. Everything that we have and we made is just squandered on these fucking midwits. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Every day.
This is why comedy is like, if you try to watch the like comedy, why do you think SNL is unwatchable? Because like,
There's
you get a
nobody
guy-
on it is funny.
Yeah.
That's why.
And you almost had a guy like Shane Gillis, who seems like a pretty
He's
funny guy, but he
Yeah.
made one joke that offended a couple people. And
okay.
now you got what? Elon Musk dressed as Wario or whatever the fuck that was. I don't even know what's going on.
Chinese apologies. What was my other one?
Psychopath women.
Women banging
Women.
psychopaths. Not psychopath women. Women banging psychopaths. And your last one was gritty reboots.
I'd say edgy reboots.
Oh, edgy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grit is like a little,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did they get to the bottom of why Cruella DeVille murders puppies?
You know
and
what?
skins them,
You know what's
or-
weird? Like the movie kind of sidesteps it. They're
'Cause
kind
it's
of
pretty.
yeah,
pretty
well, because
dark.
they want you to like think that like you're supposed to come away from it like she's the sympathetic character, and you're like, so does this exist in a universe where she's never going to actually kill dogs? Like, are you setting up for a sequel where she's going to learn to kill dogs? There's one fake out where you think maybe she killed dogs, but then you're like, no, she didn't, because the filmmakers know that she didn't, and then they revealed that, of course, she didn't.
All right. Do you have any more comments about female writers? I love all women, especially writers.
I'm
I think
sure
they
there's
just haven't been given opportunities because men
yeah,
like Vito.
No, there's some
Right.
good female filmmakers and writers out there for
there's
sure.
some good ones. All right.
It's just a lot of them are diversity hires who just screw the pooch. And I'm we're nodding over on the corner. We're getting a nod.
Like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like
Right? It was
destroyed by. Well, that's
by
what
diversity.
Some people believe that. I don't know if that's true.
it fell. Look, statistically,
Yeah.
if you want to get funny writers who are obsessed with the rules of sci-fi, it's going to be a guy.
Right.
So, like,
And that's what kind of makes the show work, is that
you have to, like, sci-fi is so structured and rigid.
Yeah.
It has to be. You have to
you
be
have to have
obsessed with it.
rules and you have to adhere to the rules because it's
So-
more interesting.
Going outside of the formula on even slightly, I think you're asking for it. All right, let's do some comments. Remember, go to patreon.com/The Dick Show to vote
Yes.
on this. It's open. You don't have to pay. It's public.
And patreon.com/The Vito Show if you'd like to see more.
You know, I'm tempted to just tell the new website where people can go vote.
Is it ready? Is the site ready?
It'll be ready by the time this is up.
It's up
It's
to you, man.
biggestproblem.show.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Biggestproblem.show.
So
I'm assuming you're going to get the money.
you're assuming it's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's only $500.
I count my, $500. Come
Yeah,
on.
just gotta send
$500.
a
If you had
couple
AMC, toss $500 to Vito.
Toss $5 because it's
This
not like
fucking
you,
guy who
the
doesn't
one,
doesn't
Yeah.
work on anything because he believes it. He's got to have money up front.
I would do it now. Like, look. Okay, it gives me a little motivation. I'm not being a jerk.
Motivation.
Jesus Christ.
Jimothy says, "Don't make it a monthly bonus show. Make it its own show. We will. We'll have a separate feed and everything." Kevin McAllister says, "A monthly bonus. So the biggest problem in the universe would be sick. Fat brain is a huge problem. At least alcoholics can admit that they convince themselves to drink more through mental gymnastics." Yeah, I've never said, "Oh." Actually, it's the doctors that are wrong about liquor. It's totally healthy to drink this much and act like a jackass and abuse people who are close to me because of drinking. That's totally healthy.
I'm not an alcoholic. I just have big liver. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe these people need FA, Fatties Anonymous.
Oh, that's a good rip.
So you have to go and say, "Hi, I'm Tess Holliday, and I'm fat."
Do you really have to say it? Can't you just stand in the front of the room at that point?
That's
you really got to say,
some
"I'm
sort
fat."
of
You got to stand 30 feet
ableist.
away.
You may not have noticed, but
I know exactly how it went when she said, "I'm gonna fucking say I'm anorexic."
You really picture her smoking a blunt.
She's listening like
eyes rolling
Jerry.
back
She's
in her
listening to
Garcia?
Baker Street.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Rafferty
Jesus.
said, "Da-da-da-da-da." I got it. I'm saying fucking anorexia, man.
It got her at least, what, like a week of press?
But she can use it forever. She could go talk. She could go to an anorexia convention. Lumber up to the stage and say, "Like you, I'm too suffering from anorexia." Equal Robocop says, "The metric system." Oh, God. Fucking metric system.
See, a lot of
Fucking
people
kill
took my
me.
side on this one.
Yeah, idiots.
A lot of
What do you
people
mean
not
idiots?
measuring shit.
A lot of people who don't measure shit either.
No, because I did a little more research. It's easier because you use decimal places to instead of fractions, you know? So instead of needing
I
5
know.
16ths
Yeah,
of
tell me
wood-
more. How?
Oh, whatever. I didn't prepare. But
Using 5/16 of wood?
because it's
Like
hard.
a 2x4?
I guess I can't do it in my head. Shut up! Stop trying to catch me off guard with math. The point is that like you can just shift the decimal place to go up or down by tens. You don't have to like stop
what?
staring at
What tens do you want to go up?
That sounds like some European weirdo shit to
what do
me.
you
No,
want?
because
1 beer, 10
centimeters,
beers.
millimeters, like it all instead
What's
of
the
going
next one?
foot, yard, you have to like remember.
3 feet to how many fucking times? How often?
Okay, and then how many
feet to
yards? How many yards are in a mile?
1,200? I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know because you can't just go up by a thing.
Why would I need to do that?
Because sometimes it's helpful depending on what you're doing.
Oh yeah, my parents' house is about 30 miles away. Well, what is that in yards?
Somebody back me up on this. Somebody in the comments. You know what I'm talking about.
The metric system is useful for converting from cubic length to volume.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
So you know,
right there.
if you need to convert
Yeah.
a cubic length, do you even know what a cubic length?
Of course I do.
1 cubic.
I'm not gonna explain it to you,
1
moron.
cubic centimeter is 1 milliliter. Case cracked.
There you go.
That explains why the
There you
whole
go.
country should shift to this goofy ball measuring
Goofy.
system.
It makes perfect sense.
Daniel Atwater, lack of bidets hit home until Vito started talking about metric shit.
I didn't. You look. You made that into a thing.
I hate metric. The U.S. adopted the metric system since the 1890s, and we teach SI units in schools. Oh no, our street signs say miles per hour. Who cares? Get fucked. What do you think about that?
I wish it had cubic liters per hour. I think that would be more
Every
helpful.
street sign should be different.
Yeah.
It has cubic,
liters.
14,000 cubic liters
Yeah.
per
decimal place. Yeah.
per decimal place.
Per mil.
Yeah, if it's so easy to convert, you should just know
Cops
what
would
it's always
love it.
talking about. Yeah.
Cops would love it, actually.
Let me see if you're. Oh yeah, okay, good. Herb beta patched Fahrenheit is better than Celsius. Oh, this was another fucking debate too. Celsius is so dumb. Scientists don't even use it for math. They use Kelvin because Celsius is really gay.
Oh yeah, I think that makes sense.
Someone was touting Celsius too. Like, what do you? Why has everything got to be like reinvented for you guys? Why do you never ask like why? Why do what we have? Why do we use it? It's always well. This is fucked. Let's use a new system.
Yeah.
Just hold on. Just ask why do we use this system first? Oh, never mind. What am I even talking about? Smashing Penapes. Just an opposing view to dicks and an example that he can relate to. I always viewed the people chugging dildos and wearing fetish wear to pride parades as kind of being to pride what the overly pro N-word guys are to free speech. This is a good point. You've got people on one side advocating for or celebrating shit that most people probably think is reasonable, and then another group trying to latch onto that to push things that are tangentially related, but that aren't really important, and they're going to be poisoning the well with people who would otherwise be perceptive to your cause?
Yeah, that's not the correct word.
Come on, buddy.
Well,
Pull it together.
Jesus.
Receptive, probably. I also saw it as people just being kind of dicks and taking something that's about one thing and trying to make it their own thing instead for attention.
But the issue, though, is that those guys have existed since the dawn of Pride. It's not like they suddenly latched onto it.
The sex people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been a part of it, I feel.
Well, I think that he's right, because I always say, like, there's a huge contingent of people who are on the free speech side who just want to say the N-word, but then lose their minds when when lolly stuff is brought up. And it's like, well, you can't really, you guys just can't bitch about, you can't say the N-word and these other guys can't do their free speech thing. It's speech is speech no matter what.
Right.
They do. The N-word people hurt the free speech cause a lot, considerably.
And they're also, I have this one guy, because I'm always like, dude, I'm so about free speech, like it's so important, whatever else. And he goes, yeah, but you banned me from your Discord for spamming the N-word hundreds of times.
Yeah.
So you can't.
I wish I could ban you from Earth, man.
Yeah. He's like, so you can't say you're actually in favor of free speech. And I'm like, that's not a free speech issue. That's just you're annoying and spamming my chat with stuff I don't like. Like it's my just because I like free speech doesn't mean in my house I have to let you call my wife a whore. Like, I can set my own personal
your imaginary
limits.
wife.
Well, yeah, she's got crippled fingers and a metal endoskeleton. Okay, but she's doing quite well.
However, I will say, when the free speech people enjoy the same protected class rights that gays have, which is like listing #1 on job applications. If you're gay, we're going to hire you over everybody else. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
As soon as the free speech people are, if you support free speech, then I'll relax. Then it's like, okay, N-word, go nuts. But I don't think Pride needs more. I think they're as accepted as you can get. I think they're even valued.
Right.
Right?
That's the thing
There's a premium on being gay.
The leather, whatever people, the fetish people are not holding anything back. Like the acceptance has happened.
Yeah, you're accepted.
It's not going anywhere.
Don't worry.
They figured out that you are a valuable marketing block from which they can make money. So
white women
you're fine.
love gays.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Right.
It's the other guys that need to.
As long as you're allies with the white women, you're gonna be good. They'll get stuff done on your behalf.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's weird to see like people getting involved in the gay identity that are using it for politics because they think it's like left. They consider it left wing. They're like, well, we got to make this kids friendly so we can get the kids in there and teach them about tolerance. And it's just like, this is about dicks in the butts. It's not about, keep all your politics fucking in the bedroom, buddy. Where it belongs.
Man.
Anyway, Matt Cook. Dick is an idiot. I built my deck using the metric system, and it was 10 times easier than using Imperial. All I needed was my trusty .0000013 kilometer drill bit and .0048 kilometer planks cut down and assemble. I forgot a decimal place at one point and drilled a hole as big as a hubcap. But I threw some builder's bog in there, and it was good as new. Easy.
All right.
So he's on your side.
No, okay. I get it.
Hey, man, my birthday is this week. Can I get a picture or video of you flipping me off and telling me to go fuck myself? I didn't write his name down. I copied his email, but I didn't write. Well, sorry, buddy.
Have to send a cameo later.
Yeah.
Would you get on Cameo?
No, I don't. Honestly, I'm better than that.
I was listening to...
I'm flat out. I'm not going to just say shit because you paid me some money to do it. I never will.
I was listening to Who Are These Podcasts, and I guess High Pitch Eric from the Howard Stern Show just makes like tens of thousands of dollars just making cameos. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, what else is he going to
do? Let's see here.
Nobody would want my cameo. I don't want my cameo.
I don't want my cameo.
Yeah.
Fat brain is the biggest problem in the universe. Gel. Hey, Dick. I've been loving these reboot episodes. This is the last one, unless Vito gets his money.
This is our edgy reboot.
Yeah. The monthly bonus episode idea you posted about on Twitter sounds great. As a Patreon, I'm completely in favor of gatekeeping the best content from the poor and the stupid. About your problem of fat brain, I might have found something interesting in this article related to it. The gist of it is that being a fatty fat rolling around actively lowers blood flow into your brain, and the chronic inflammation causes a slow shrinkage of the areas that are used for memory. and learning.
Wait,
Wow.
really?
I mean, it could be disinformation.
That doesn't sound. I hope not.
You got some fat brain going in your head right now,
I'm worried.
Vito.
Oh no.
It's definitely bad.
I don't have fat brain.
eBay bans adult games from Franger. The hentai ban coming to the USA soon. We live in hell. eBay bans sexually explicit games? Is
I
that
think
true?
they banned all, or like they're banning a lot of explicit content.
Let's see. That's awesome. I love living in a Christian caliphate.
But you know what it is? A lot of it is actually like this weird, like, because it's the lolly thing is what it comes down to. It's like they can't.
It's crazy.
It's like maybe the characters are underage. We can't really tell, and we're not sure if it's legal or not. And we're not going to deal. Like it might be legal in some countries, but what if an eBay seller sends it to Canada, which is more strict about stuff like that? But yeah, look,
eBay
it's
will
not just
officially be
games.
implementing a ban on adults-only video games as part of a larger policy update prohibiting the listing of sexually explicit content like movies, magazines, anime, and more.
Okay, so it's not just games. It's DVDs, magazines, domain names.
What the hell?
Yeah, you can't sell
How can
those
you
on
have
eBay.
a porno domain name? It's just it's like a sentence.
Well, you remember they have the .xxx
How hot could a
ones?
domain name be? Oh boy! Right?
Yeah, no.
That's insane.
I mean, it's not to get. Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, pornography. All right. Well, we're banning those sexy domain names too. What? All right.
No sexually explicit laser discs. Well, now I'm fucked.
There goes my.
Come on. All the best porn's on laser discs.
Broadly speaking, this essentially bans all sexually explicit pornographic video games. What if I sell a quilt that's just for masturbating? Is that okay? You can only use this thing for masturbating only.
Yeah.
An Afghan. There's a special large hole in the middle. While still allowing titles like the modern Mortal Kombat and I hate when they do that. Oh, they banned all porno, but they still allow. Like, could you just shut up?
Yeah, because they'll take
They're
that
banning
next.
those too. You know. What do you think you're gonna catch
Don't
them
give
out?
them
They're gonna
an
go, oh
idea.
shit, we still have Mortal Kombat on there. Guess we better let all the porno stuff back on. Assholes.
No VCDs either. All my favorite formats.
Huh. All right. Well, that sucks. I can't wait till we just move to the blockchain entirely. We can stop thinking about these
Set up an
middleweight
eBay.
problems.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We can let all the dumb fucks have their banking system. They can run it into the ground. We can just spend we can give each other cryptocurrency like kings. Like
That is
El
a really good
Salvador.
argument for cryptocurrency that they're now stuff that has been legal to purchase since the inception of eBay. How old's eBay at this point? 20 years?
20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
And now, for some
Now.
reason, you think it would be like going in
We
the
just
opposite
found
direction.
out that they're selling porno on
Oh my
our-
God.
Wait a minute. Pump the brakes.
I really want to know if it's like if they're worried about some sort of legal trouble or like payment process. Because that's what took down Pornhub, right? Was like that the payment processors were like, we're going to stop processing payments unless you verify every single person who's on there or whatever else.
Obama made choke point. The Patriot Act is the original sin that destroys all banking and payment processing as it pertains to free speech and expression and economy. Because it makes you check for things like money laundering. And I think, no, just money laundering and terrorism.
Right.
So the money laundering is impossible for banks to stop because they're doing it. Number one. So you're asking them to stop some amount of their regular business. Like the money doesn't care about the law. It just is an abstraction of value,
floats
and
around.
a lot of illegal things are very valuable. There's no like, oh gosh, you guys didn't stop that $1 billion of money laundering for illicit things. Why not? I feel like that's self-evident right there. The bill, and hate. No. What was the other one I said? And terrorism.
Yeah.
But now we can define terrorism as anything. Capitol self-guided tour on January 6th.
Self-guided tour.
Terrorism, white supremacy terrorism, and Operation Choke Point, which was stopping firearms sales, hate speech, and one other big one. Trump overturned that. But the people who were hired to keep banks in compliance with Operation Choke Point are still there, are still operating under the same directives mentally. Like, you can't make that big of a change in 4 years. And Biden is 100% bringing it back with a vengeance.
What are the rules they say on like hate speech that you can't?
If you're a bank and you do hate speech, you're not FDIC insurable. That's why I'm not allowed to process credit cards on Earth. Because of that
That's
rule.
such insanity.
Yeah.
Because is hate speech even defined under the law?
No. It has no definition because
Like terrorism
literally
has no
the
definition.
Soviet Union invented it and forced everybody else after World War II and forced everybody who signed up with the treaty to incorporate hate speech into their into their doctrines because they used it specifically to stamp out political dissent. And that's what we're moving into, Operation Choke Point Part 2, which is going to include disinformation as well. Anyway, they're probably just getting in front of it. Hentai ban. All right, what else?
I'm looking forward to my pod.
Are you?
Quiet pod.
Prison rage story. CCCC. Hey, Dick. Call me Johnny Foreskin.
Okay.
Here's a prison rage for you. My best friend is in his final year of his 4-year prison sentence. Here in Australia, if you're on good behavior, they let you out of prison once a month to visit friends and family in your final year. Oh, from 7 to 7. What a nightmare.
One day?
If prison wasn't bad enough, they make you hang out with your fucking family for 12 hours. Not even like half an hour.
Yeah.
I gotta go, honey. I gotta go back to prison. You know, no, you're here for 12 more hours. Not only are you here for 12 hours, but you have to get up at 7 a.m. or else you don't really love your kids as much as
the big poker games tonight. I gotta get back.
Make it 10 to 10.
Yeah.
Like, come on. When do we get out of prison? 7 in the morning. Oh, awesome. So if I show up at 8:05, I fucked up. So we cooked him a big feast full of all the foods he hasn't had in 3 years, although he's not allowed to drink alcohol during these days home. He really loved eating the barbecue and cakes we made for him. Oh, cakes. Here's the rage. When he went back to prison that night, he failed his piss test. Oh, no. He tested positive for opiates, although he was completely sober that entire day and didn't take any drugs. It turns out one of the family members baked him a cake with poppy seeds in it. The prison said, it's like Seinfeld, right?
Yeah. That's the old.
They didn't watch Seinfeld. The prison said they would send his piss to the lab to run further tests, but in the meantime, he's lost all of his good behavior privileges. I don't think the prison is going to send the piss anywhere. I don't think they give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. I don't make or eat any cakes with poppy seeds. And don't eat any cakes with poppy seeds.
How do people not know I guess you don't think about it, but
maybe they don't have Seinfeld in Australia.
Yeah, but even outside of Seinfeld, people have known that thing.
Australian
Seinfeld.
Oi, we're going to watch Seinfeld tonight.
Seinfeld.
Then get in the uke. Get on down to Bendigo.
But like a didgeridoo. That's stupid.
Dingo baby.
James B says metric system. Oh my god.
People are mad at you, I think.
Here's a headline for the last episode. Software engineer complains that people who don't measure things don't get to complain about the measurement system. Scientists and engineers who actually do measure things.
Don't do that voice.
Scientists and engineers who actually do measure things like civil, mechanical, and chemical engineers prefer metric.
Oh, there you go.
All
I
right.
guess I just have a more science-minded brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
that's
happened.
What it
here.
is, yeah.
That's what it is, right? Like many Americans consider themselves a scientist, but they just didn't have the proper encouragement.
If they had the metric system, we'd have a lot more scientists.
You have to use both to do engineering in America. Well, because all the formulas we use are in metric SI units. Remember that time NASA crashed an orbiter into Mars because they used both metric and imperial and fucked up the conversions? That must have been the best day in the lives of these metric people. They fucked up that thing.
Yeah.
Do you know so when they launched that thing, because people say it was a European to American thing and that's why it messed up. It wasn't. It was American to American thing. Like Northrop Grumman or whatever, whoever built it made it in newtons or pounds per square inch or something, which they would never do. They just did it wrong. And then as it was going to Mars, they had to recorrect the whatever rockets.
Yeah.
Like 14 times what is a normal amount of corrections in flight. And then nobody thought, gosh, we should look at why we had to correct this thing 14 times more, 20 times more than we thought. No, they didn't. They said, fuck it.
And then after the fact, they figured it out?
After the fact, yeah.
Oh.
I went back through. And there's ways metric makes things easier for everyday people, too. Oh. One advantage is that the metric is a decimal.
Yup. That's what I'm talking about. Go on.
If you have
I believe he has
two
more
socks,
to say. Yeah.
and then you could have like a
0.5 socks if you lose one.
Yeah.
Of your pair.
Yeah.
pair of socks
Like
is
the
1
Hindu
unit.
Arabic numerals we use, nobody who works with drywall knows their 12x tables, but everyone can cover the last 2 digits with their thumb. The fuck does that mean?
Means if you're shifting decimals, you can just get rid of some zeros.
You use your thumb to do drywall?
I think I don't know what he's saying. Now that I think about it,
The
I assume he
correlation
meant on the piece of like paper with the measurements. He's covering up.
Fuck,
the
you
zeros.
covering up with your thumb? Covering up
the zeros?
Could you just ignore them with your mind? Why do you gotta cover them up with your thumb? Builders can calculate how much concrete they need to fill something. Concrete's measured in yards.
Not in other countries.
Yes, it is. It's 10 cubic yards of fucking. You measure concrete in trucks. How many trucks do I need to build? How many cubic centiliters do I need of concrete? Excuse me, concrete. Joe Concrete? I need 47.5 cubic deciliters.
Right.
We only have. How many trucks do you want? Well. How much cement is in one truck? 10 cubic yards.
Milliliters is each
give or
truck,
take,
yeah.
like an entire yard. Hold on. I need to go figure this out like a normal person.
A normal person. All of these arguments make perfect sense to me. I guess, again, just my science brain.
Ordered a lot of concrete, have you?
Oh, yeah.
A farmer can work out how much water or diesel is left in a tank by measuring the diameter and using a dipstick.
Now, that just sounds convenient.
Measuring the fucking diameter. A farmer is out there. All right. A truck driver can work out their payload easily when hauling liquids. If you're using pesticide on a farm, you'll have an application rate of liters per hectare. Isn't that like
I don't know.
acres? And
Yeah,
that's far
probably.
easier to convert into a flow rate. I want to kick this guy's ass. Sorry. I'm just asking for it. All right,
Thank you
I think
for your
that's
letter.
the show. Thank you for your letter. Vito, plug all your stuff, please.
YouTube.com/Vito. And of course, if you want more biggest problem,
If you want the biggest problem, what do you think, Johnny?
Fucking go subscribe to Vito, I guess.
Strong-arming.
Patreon.com.
Don't unsubscribe from the Dick Show.
Strong-arming
It's
you.
strong arm. It's holding people for ransom. I think it's extortion,
This is
actually.
a helpful donation to support a
What are they
struggling
supporting?
comedian.
Oh, struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're struggling like that. Did you see that OK Boomer chick has like a $2 million house?
Yeah, well, I ain't her because I ain't going to get up in any, you ain't going to see my tits flopping around singing about Bernie Sanders. This is all I have. Patreon.com/The Vito Show. Thank you for everyone's support. I appreciate it.
That bitch had a $2 million house.
How did she make that much money in like
I don't know.
2 years?
I wondered that too.
I don't.
She was funded by
Is
a
she
bunch
renting
of,
it or did she actually buy it?
I don't know.
I don't think she.
But then she
bought
said that
house.
eat the rich. When she said eat the rich, it meant billionaires. Not millionaires
right,
like her.
Does she have like an OnlyFans where she's getting like? I mean, I'm sure she has an OnlyFans.
She's getting her tits out? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. No, but she's probably making like
Dirty. She looks like a clown. I don't think she's very attractive, to be honest, and not
She
just because of her
looks fine.
politics.
But that's kind of the thing with OnlyFans, don't you?
It's too made up. I can't tell what's under there. It's so much makeup. I can't tell what's going on.
I think the OnlyFans girls who make more money are probably the ones who are a little not like unattainable attractive.
They're all unattainable.
Yeah, but the guys who like go to
They're
them,
not
they're
going to
like,
fuck you.
the guys who sign up are like, oh, I might have a chance. Yeah, they're definitely not going to fuck you. I think there's like this illusion though, where you're like, oh, if she just hung out with me,
Oh yeah,
she would realize we're
describing
perfect
women.
for each other. Right.
Yeah.
Just
what
be
else
more
do
of a
I have
psychopath
here?
and then she'll date you. Go
God,
kill
no
someone.
kidding. Detransition stats.
I don't know what you're talking about that.
That's disinformation. I'm sure that's disinformation.
Did you see 60 Minutes did a whole detransitioning
Did they really?
special? Yeah. And
what did they say?
they talked to some people who detransitioned, one of which was like, I was on hormones for 3 months before they gave me permission to cut off my testicles. And I now deeply regret
Wow.
And he's like, my life is now ruined. Yeah. Glad.
How
and then
good
Glad
was your
issued
life?
a statement.
Ruined.
Right, yeah.
Come on.
Maybe it's a
Fucking
little-
ruin the Mona Lisa over here.
But then Glad was very mad that they posted that to 60 Minutes. I was like, I can't believe 60 Minutes actually did that.
Yeah, the detransition people get a lot of shit.
Yeah, they're seen as traitors. It's crazy.
I have white women throwing a fit about lesbians here.
People hate lesbians now, huh?
Women. Oh, yeah, all these white brides. Pride Month begins with this from somewhere, Instagram. The white women at this Sacramento hotel pool were pissed that a queer black woman was kissing her girlfriend in public because there was children present. They were shamed. So these white ladies threw, oh, my God. You see that, Johnny?
Flipping off the can.
This is peak.
This is multiple
white women.
It's a Starbucks cup?
It's a murder of white women. It's they're gonna get all their underarms flopping and cause a seismic disturbance or a weather disturbance.
Wow, she's really going off.
Because there were kids present.
Yeah.
Kids should be illegal.
I really want to kick kids out of most spaces.
Lower the age of, eliminate the age of consent so you can pick a fight or do whatever you want to any kid. That'll solve a lot of problems. Oh, we can't take our kids out. That guy Dick Master's gonna come out and start punching. There's no longer any distinction between minors and adults. You can hit any kid you want. Oh my God, a day with no fucking kids. What a paradise. You can walk around. You don't even have to zip up your fly anymore. Just walk out of the bathroom. Oh, you know your fly's down? Yeah. Because there's no kids around. I don't fucking care.
I mean, you really can't do that
Girls
now.
kissing girls.
I don't think
Women
girls
going around
exist.
topless. Guys wearing puppy suits or whatever the fuck they were doing at Pride. God, I fucking hate kids. If you have kids at home, wake them up and let them hear what I'm saying. You have ruined the world. You kids have ruined the world because you're such fragile little pussies. You can't even see two women kissing. Oh my God, two women kissing. Oh, I'm fucking losing it. I'm selling all my AMC. And you contribute nothing. Nothing. All your drawings are shit. I am the Maddox of the new show.
Yeah, you're stealing a Maddox.
God, you're just so obnoxious. It's like, what are your parents in love with you? Are they banging you that they're so fucking worried about your well-being all the fucking time? Oh man, and 10,000, kids today versus 10,000 years ago. I'm like, I gotta go. I hope you don't get murdered while I'm out hunting for food or whatever, gathering fucking eggplants or something. Stay here, shut the fuck up, or you're gonna get eaten by a wolf. Now, they can't see two women kissing. That's horrible. God. caring about your kids so fucking, and expecting anybody else to do it.
Fucking kids,
I'm gonna make out with guys. If I ever see a kid, I'll start making out with guys immediately.
To try and horrify them into submission.
For whatever,
Yeah, just to fuck with their parents.
I'm gonna come at you like a heat-seeking mouth.
There should just be a social contract where all parents realize, like, if you have kids in a situation, you're in the wrong automatically.
You're disgusting.
For bringing
You're degenerate. You mixed up all your juices together and shat out some of these fucking kids that are now everyone's problem because you're gonna be dead before they're gone. It's now we have to figure out what to do with this this useless middlewit fuck that you're not gonna train to do anything right. Coding? What's that? Load them up on self-esteem and drugs and turn them loose onto the world that we have to deal with.
Just
thank you
sit
very
them in
much.
front of Minecraft until they get autism, and then it's everybody else's problem.
Why are these two girls kissing in front of? There are children present. Yeah, well, they shouldn't be.
Right.
Maybe the next COVID that kills kids instead of old people, we can let that one run rampant. Maybe there's a Scarlet Fever Part 2 that we could let run across the world and wipe out everyone under 18.
Shit.
And we could build a wall out of them. It'll be useful for one. God.
Can we just normalize cages for children? I mean,
yeah.
I see what's going on at the border, and they're like, we got kids in cages. I'm like, can we get more kids? Can we put all the kids in cages?
They have Nintendos and shit there too. Get rid of them. Is there something we can file to get rid of those Nintendos that those kids have in the cages in the border? Because they might see girls kissing in their Nintendos.
Exactly. They might get attracted to Princess Peach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. People in
Speaking of disinformation, if you beat the game 500 times, she gets naked.
Peach?
Yeah.
Does?
Very common.
Kid, they're just
and then you fight a robot.
reason we
then
can't
you fight
have
a robot
anything
version
good.
of yourself.
Kids.
Robot
Other people's kids, the reasons we can't have any. If you have children, you owe everyone an apology.
If you ever used your child as an excuse to stop people from having a good time, you're the worst human being.
Well, you have to. I mean, you have to. Like, if there was no kids, I would wake up every day, walk outside, and just go, fuck! But I can't.
Remember when we were having that party and you just screamed and a kid started crying in the house next door? And we felt really bad.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, your neighbor was like...
What was that? Remember when I screamed at a party and a kid just started crying? Like across the street.
Yeah, we're out at the fire pit and you were like... it was like, oh, the neighbors are telling us to keep it down. And you're like, fuck the neighbors. And immediately
you just hear this kid go, oh, yeah. I feel bad about that. Why should I feel bad about that?
We all felt really bad. We're like,
that was over the line.
That was over the line.
I talked to the neighbors. I blamed Randy on that.
Yeah,
I said,
was
you know that
Randy's
Japanese
fault.
guy that's always around? You guys are Chinese, right? That was Randy was doing that.
Wasn't Keon?
No.
You know that Chinese guy? We told him Taiwan was a country and he just went nuts.
He's trying to go. Have you seen Super Mario Land on the Game Boy? That level in China when they're going like,
Yeah,
it was like went like that. He started leaping all around, splitting into 3 people. All right. Well, thanks guys for doing this reboot.
Oh yeah,
it's been fun.
It has been fun. Here I have a song that somebody made. It's some kind of a Ween Maddox parody song.
Oh, good old Ween.
Do you like Ween?
The limited amount that I remember.
What do you remember?
They had that rainbow song. There's many colors in the homo rainbow. That was Ween, right?
Homo Rainbow? That's a Ween song?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's many colors in the homo rainbow. Don't be afraid to let your colors shine.
It's a mixed
I'm
message.
pretty sure that's
kinda.
Ween.
yeah.
All right. Well, this one is by, God damn it. It's by somebody. Adam Thoreau. This is a Maddox Ween parody. You guys remember Maddox?
No.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Was he on a podcast?
He was on a podcast.
Okay.
Defunct.
Yeah.
Here we go. Thank you, Adam.
Dealer.
See you next Tuesday. Patreon.com/The Dick Show. See you next Tuesday.
That Maddox likes to pee on people in the shower, not out of sexual, not as a sexual fantasy. He just likes to do it because it's hilarious. Wah!
Georgie had a website and a book deal. He also had a bunch of fans and friends. Then he tried to sue Asterios, Dick, and Patreon.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he sued Patreon.
Yeah, that's
And we watched as Maddox's career came to an end. Now he's getting drunk on Twitch, sometimes for groups of 10. Banana Docs blows. Banana Docs blows.
Banana and Blows is the song.
Oh.
Oxmad is a bore. I don't want to watch anymore.
Easy listening.
Oh, I could have listened to more of that. All right, everybody. Here's some voicemails. A couple. Let's do a couple voicemails.
We also need some new Dick Lost songs.
Why would we need that?
Yeah, because you're gonna lose on this one. We will never need a Vito Lost song because I'm gonna sweep
Really?
the leg. Yeah.
We gotta have we should put stakes up for some people said, oh, you should make us watch Cuties.
I don't want to. I still have not watched that movie. It sounds really boring.
I mean, it's probably a good movie.
Yeah.
I just don't really want to watch it.
And I also have no interest in forcing you to watch it because I don't want to watch it.
I'm not really you can't really annoy me with watching Cuties.
Yeah, I feel like I would just watch it and I would go, okay, well, that was like a film.
Yeah.
And then I would furiously jack off.
Hey, Dick. Here's what makes me rage: 90s nostalgia shit, or just nostalgia in general, and how they try to use this as marketing. You know, like I'm watching Ready Player One for the first time. It's fucking horrible, like movie. It just got me thinking about like this whole like nostalgia shit, because everybody was hyping it up to me. Oh, you gotta watch this. Oh, it's such a great film. Oh, it's such nostalgia. It's such nostalgia. Fuck off if you operate on this whole like nostalgia shit. You know, and I see like it's stupid fucking effects. Oh, people are collecting Pokemon cards. People are collecting like Magic cards and shit from the 1990s. Oh, I'm gonna show my Nintendo 64 games, guys. I'm totally fucking relevant and not, you know, that shit retarded with my fucking money. You know, it's so fucking stupid. You know, I don't doubt that there was people around in the fucking 80s that were like, yo, dude, is that from the 60s? Is that a 60s reference?
Yes.
Oh, bro, the 60s.
That was called Back to the Future. Bro. That's why that happened.
When we had no air conditioning and it fucking
You ever hear of 50s diners?
Yeah.
All the craze.
And DeBevics.
60s, bro. They never fucking said that because
yes, they did.
Yeah, you did.
But here you have a whole bunch of fucking man children, you know, losing their collective shits over literally the shittiest thing.
It has gotten worse though, the nostalgia.
Fucking Pokemon cards. Wow, cool. The game that nobody knew how to fucking play, but every kid collected it, and then
nobody knew how to
like, get that
play
shit out of
Pokemon.
here.
It's easy.
You know,
it is really easy.
It has nostalgia for actually anything good.
It is true that a lot of people don't play it though.
Nostalgia bait like a fucking moron. Go kill yourself, or rather, go to Greenland.
In Minecraft.
Anyway, go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the people who collect Pokemon cards like never play the game. I played the game a bunch back in the day, though. I loved that game.
Oh, good for you.
It sucks, though. It is not a well-designed game.
It's not, you know, it's not
it's
a
good game for kids. It's a good like learning game, but
because you need like people to do dumb things for there to be any. Otherwise, it's just
it's a super simplistic game. There's no real complexity.
People in 1910 were like, "Oh, do you remember 1890?"
Again, like the whole like 50s nostalgia was like a huge thing. Like remember George Lucas made American Graffiti, which was
remember before we could fly? Remember that?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Remember trains, man, when that first train came barreling into town? It is like more of a thing now though.
What?
I have some like the whole nostalgia thing. Well, see, I think nostalgia picks up more when you're living in a really shitty time period, which is now. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I want to go back to when I remember things not sucking.
I think people have nothing to do. There's
you
nothing.
You have limited money with which to establish a new identity. So why not just surround yourself with the flotsam of your childhood?
Comfortable shit.
Yeah, because you're never going to own a house like your parents. So why not go back to when you lived in your parents' house and you were comfortable?
Yeah.
There's layers. It's weird.
It's a very complex.
Dick and John, or Vito and Johnny, or whoever the hell. This is Rex Sexton.
Disrespectful.
And I have to weigh in on the toilet debate, because my favorite piece of trivia is that 50% of people wipe sitting down and 50% of people wipe standing up.
Is that true?
99.5% of people have no idea that anyone else does it any different. I myself am a sitter.
I didn't know.
Vito, I do not understand how the hell someone can get up to wipe their butt.
Got shit to do.
Because when you do, you risk like piss driblets falling onto the floor, falling onto the rug, falling back in your pants, falling onto your phone if you have that sitting there.
Yeah, you have a piss rug?
I don't know how you stand there and like waddle around with like these handcuffs. Well, I guess they're your skivvies or whatever, but still, like your maneuverability is limited.
While standing.
Look, man, I got an ass. Like, I shit every day. I just don't get it.
Bathtub. You have to turn around and look at your own poop and piss. And
I don't look at my ass
before you flush. Like, no, he's.
Well,
you take a look. You want to see, you want to make sure
there's kind of like worms or anything. Blood, dots, green. Like,
you'll never figure out if you're bleeding from your colon or whatever if you can't see it, but it's not really a big deal.
He sounds like he's trying to keep it low at work.
You don't have to lift your leg when you're sitting to get through it and wipe. You just go down from the back and entry through the little hole in the back between.
Are you going down from the back now?
Well,
like reverse ass wiping?
Toilet lid.
Fucking Slender Man?
And again, I'm not a big
He's got an extra elbow.
Maybe it's easier for me than other people.
He's going under from the back?
That's messed up. I don't know. I'd have to look at somebody wiping their ass sitting down.
It's really not that complicated. I go in under the leg there, and then I don't know.
But then your whole shit. Or
you can
is
go between
balanced.
the legs.
You don't throw your back out ever? Like I throw my back out putting on my seatbelt. You don't throw your... Honestly, I have thrown my back and neck out reaching for the seatbelt in too much enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Putting it on like, fuck! I could easily see getting too jazzed up about sitting down wiping and going like, oh, fuck!
Well, I did that poll. I did a poll on my Twitter, and it was like 70% sitting down, 30% standing up.
But that's your Twitter.
Yeah.
If I posted a Twitter, it would probably be everyone
ideology.
How is my Twitter biased towards how you wipe your ass?
Following you.
Yeah, but they don't all listen to your show.
No, but they're following you.
Yeah.
They like you because they're other shit sitters.
I didn't give a preference. I didn't say the glorious sitting down or the
But they like
virgin.
you. There's something in the brain of a shit sitter that...
I didn't say which side I was on.
But they know they like your comedy already. My guys are up, ready to go. Boom. Shit over.
Active.
Bam.
So you're
Time
saying,
to wipe. Done.
Are you saying my audience is lazy and slovenly?
Yeah.
So they would
And pedophiles.
sit and pedophiles. So they would sit
And they hate women.
and they hate women.
Especially
Well,
writers.
I'm not going to argue with that part.
Okay, let's see here.
What about that one that says Vito was right?
About wipe. You want to listen to more ass wiping?
Well, I mean, that one says I'm right,
If you're gonna
so-
fucking- Sean doesn't sit here and tell me what to play.
From Bama. I don't know if Vito's still fucking there. The one thing he's right on
One
is
thing.
how you wipe your ass.
There you go.
He's correct. You have to stay sitting or you're just going to fucking mush all that shit between
Boom.
your ass cracks. That's
What are you
fucking
talking about?
disgusting.
Yeah, why do you
How is
have
that-
shit between your
Fucking
ass
caller was
crack?
correct too because in the stall, it's so fucking tight. I mean, I'm 6'4", so my fucking elbows are hitting the wall. In the stall, I have to fucking stand up. Sucks.
Use the
because
handicap
I wear
one,
fucking dress
idiot.
clothes.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying not to get shit on my fucking button up. And then I'm also trying not to fucking be seen
You take
over
your
the top.
Wait a minute.
Go fuck
Are you telling me you don't take your shirt off?
When I shit?
Yeah.
What shirt? Like my overshirt?
What do you mean, what shirt? Do you shit
fucking
in shirts?
Wait,
Where
wait.
do you wear your shirts?
Do you
My
shit
auxiliary shirt.
shirtless?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That guy's talking about keeping it. First, you're wearing a button-up shirt, right?
Yeah.
And it has those tuxedo tails in the back.
Oh, well, yeah, if I was wearing a...
Take that shit off.
I thought you meant,
Why would you risk getting shit all over your
I thought you
button-up
meant like your
shirt just 'cause you
t-shirt,
don't wanna
like
take
you
it
go
off?
into a
They even
public
have a little
stall.
fucking hook in there.
Okay.
They have a little hook in there.
Sure.
For what?
I thought you were saying that you shit
Hanging your
shirtless in a
iPad?
public stall.
I do.
But what, shirtless, like your chest is like
What the fuck does shirtless mean?
I
I
you
take
don't
my
wear like
shirt
an
off.
undershirt. You don't have like a
Undershirt?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I don't
many
shit
shirts do you-
shirtless in a public stall. I'm sorry. No.
Someone looking through the crack, like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
somebody comes through and sees me shitting like half naked. What do you? Well, no.
It's going to be more than half naked. Your pants are down, I assume.
Feel free to leave a
Mostly
voicemail
naked.
about whether or not you shit like
You're sa-
bare chested in a
You're
public
saying you're
stall.
wearing a dress-up shirt at the airport.
I'm not wearing a
I'm gonna
dress
go-
shirt normally, but like I don't have one with like long tails. What are you, like a
So if you
fancy
took a shit in that
20s
in that-
gentleman? Do you put your fucking top hat on the hook too? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
if you were wearing a top hat, you would shit in your top hat?
You take your
It's not just, oh, this is totally
hat
normal.
above the stall.
my
I'm just
monocle
sitting
has
here.
fallen into the port.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
what will happen.
What is wrong with you? No.
Why would you? Why would you
go-
risk it?
I don't go to
This
the
is about
fucking
risk
public
tolerance.
bathroom like it's a fancy ball, okay?
Shit
Just go
shirtless,
and I
but have the
shit.
top
What are
hat
you
on?
talking about?
What do you store toilet paper in your top hat? And you
Yeah,
keep it on?
yeah.
Take your shirt off.
I'm not wearing like a fancy gentleman's robe when I go to the fucking
It's not the
Target.
fanciness of the shirt. It's the shit that gets on the shirt.
Okay, well, I don't know. What are these long tails? Do you have a fucking like trail? Like, do you have a
They,
What about, like,
there's
a-
fucking blowback.
What
no
about
idea
like a
what you're
puffy
talking
jacket
about.
or like a big sweater or
Yeah,
something?
what if you're wearing like a
I'll
ski
take
jacket?
my jacket off.
Same principle.
Oh, okay.
It's not the
I don't
same
want shit
principle
on my
because I'm
jacket.
still wearing a shirt. I'm not shitting half naked.
It's the being
Why
naked
don't you take
that
all your clothes
upsets
off?
you?
Just take all your clothes.
You're shitting.
Well,
and
by
you're
that same,
shitting and you're worried
by
about
that
being
same virtue,
naked?
you might piss on your fucking underwear and your shorts. Why don't you take those off too? Why don't you just get whole fucking naked in the stall?
That would be great.
Then fucking do it. No one's stopping you.
What do you mean underwear? I'm not. They're all the way down on the ground.
Yeah, well, you should take them off.
Actually, they're about 3 feet away from me because I stick my legs straight out so I don't accidentally get anything on them.
I'm gonna
take your shirt off.
I'm gonna keep my shirt on when I shit. I'm gonna make a poll on Twitter. Do you take your shirt off when you shit?
You 100%.
And it's gonna be 100%
have shit particles on your dress shirt.
Bullshit.
And that you don't dry clean every time, probably. So you're just walking around with basically wearing toilet paper.
Good. I'm glad.
You know, on a long flight. Oh man, I got it. Oh shit, that breakfast burrito that I got is not hitting right. I'm gonna go take a shit.
I'm gonna go take off my shirt. Do you take it off on your way to the bathroom?
You just tuck it up and hold it there.
Yeah, you pull it up a little bit. If I was wearing a dress shirt,
it's all wrinkled. Oh, look at that guy.
Just took a big shit.
Take it off. Hang it up.
If
I'm not dressed again,
if I'm wearing an undershirt, okay, but I'm not gonna.
What's all this undershirt shit? What is this? What are you, Don Draper? This is 60s. What are you talking about? Undershirts.
I'm talking about like I'll wear a t-shirt with like a shirt over it, like I'm wearing right now.
You're wearing 2 shirts right now?
You see, that's a t-shirt with a shirt over.
Well, see there's my shitting shirt.
That's a Void Gazer shirt.
Actually, I forgot to mention, I'm wearing my Void Gazer shirt, so I have great taste in all things.
Yeah. What do you? What are they doing now on Void Gazers?
I have no idea. I just asked Riley.
Do they have an RV
t-shirt.
yet?
They got to get one.
They got to get it.
Maybe
I'll pay for it.
Like Chaggett and Baked Alaska, who made the news. I saw.
Oh God.
They're really they're mad at rawstory.com was like posting about it, I think, because he had to go. You saw Baked Alaska had to go back in front of a judge because he was ripping on Chaggett and like.
Oh really?
Yeah, because the judge was mad that he was.
I'm glad a judge intervened with those two's trad homoerotic relationship.
That he was like, you were trying to bait him into a conflict and you're on parole and you shouldn't be doing that.
Your Honor, go fuck yourself. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Getting involved here.
It was a weird
God,
thing.
wait, Gavin McInnes was talking shit.
Yeah, he was.
Did you watch that?
Was that a new clip? Yeah, I did.
He was talking about me or Mersh?
Both.
Oh, he's talking about me?
Yeah. He took issue with your thing because it was the clip where you were talking about how you worked on a website for him.
Yeah,
and he just kept asking you for shit.
Like a total asshole.
Yeah.
Like with disrespectfully.
Yeah, not like, hey, can you do me this favor?
Hey, can you do me this favor? And he's like, well, it looks bad. Look, this needs to be updated. It looks bad. I'm like, whoa, Gavin.
Yeah, are you paying me?
Gavin, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
If you drop dead right now, my life would be improved because then I don't have to get these texts from you. I don't care about you, what you stand, any of this retarded stuff that you claim to stand. What you stand for, Gavin McInnes, what you stand for is being a loser. You are erased from Earth. You're sending apology letters to your new neighborhood so people will like you. Which is...
I have not heard about this.
That's
fucking weird.
Which is so repugnant to me.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine moving into a neighborhood and appealing to people's better... Guys, I'm not really as bad as the internet makes me seem.
Oh, were his neighbors all turning on him? And he
did this. He volunteered
preemptively
this. He volunteered this ass. Yeah. Like that clone of Jerry in Rick and Morty, where he just moves into a neighborhood and presents his ripe asshole for pounding. I don't understand the mentality of a man who gets helped on an internet thing, which is the internet can be difficult.
Yeah.
If you're a fading hipster and a moron and used to people obsequiously trying to serve you in any capacity they can because they think you're your dad. But you subscribe to an ideology of loserdom. You lost. All of your dumb Proud Boys went to fucking jail because you're stupid. You thought that this would be an acceptable way to behave, and you were wrong. Yeah. All of it was wrong because you're a fucking moron. That's why. That's why. This is the difference.
Got really high on whatever they were pushing.
Oh yeah, we're not beating off, and we're proud. We're all proud of each other. We're gonna go protest. Oh, we accidentally ran somebody over. Federal prison. Well, yeah, but other people are. No. You're in prison. You're in prison. Well, yeah, but other people is the hypocrisy. This is prison, because your gay little club got people thrown into prison for the rest of their fucking lives. You did that because you're a fucking idiot. And it's the same mindset that goes into texting me, hey, this needs to be updated right now. Prison. See, I'm using the maximum of my authority to say, fuck you. Because I don't like the way you're talking to me, which is what society did collectively. Oh, wow. That's a really nice gay club you got there. It'd be a shame if somebody were to go to prison for the rest of their fucking life. Oh, well, this isn't American. No shit, dummy. There's no America. It's just a series. It's a series of authoritarian. It's just a series of authoritarians that you have to learn how to deal with from when you're born to when you're fucking dead. Anyway, I didn't listen to his video. If he said anything about me, but God, it's like somebody comes over, like a mechanic comes over. Can you look at my car? I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Like, oh, well, it could be. Well, I need it working. Yeah. Like, buddy,
I need the entire engine rebuilt tonight.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Like, man, don't fucking talk to me like that ever again.
Yeah, a lot of the clip was him correcting Mersh because he's like, well, actually, the legal fund worked out, and I never took advantage of anyone.
Really worked out. You did. Everyone who listens to you really went really well for them. Fucking loser.
Oh God,
loser. So many people on the right, conservatives, whatever.
Yeah,
they want to lose so they can act like little girls and complain about how they're oppressed. And they can have big beards, say that makes them a man. But it's just how to be a loser.
It's the same victimhood culture that they complain about, is that you want to be the victim because then you get the money, you get the book deal. I was censored. I was whatever else.
I was censored. Come to censored TV.
Yeah, come to censored
listen about how I was censored. It's cringe.com. Check it out.
I mean, it is built right into his brand. I was censored.
It's fucking
you're
pathetic.
taking a stand.
It's fucking pathetic, is what it is.
It's pretty transparent what it is, and they know that that's what they're doing, which is fine in a way, but
it's not fine.
At a certain point, when it's everybody's brand, is I got censored.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Can you believe that I got censored? Yeah. What did you think was happening?
For some people, I feel bad.
I'm under
but for a guy
military technocracy.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Well, this is America. Yeah, you thought wrong. Grow up.
I thought this was America.
Fuck up. All right, everybody. See you next Tuesday.
Presenting